time. I increased my credit score by 100 points by doing something I feel like very little people learn about. In fact, it's an article written about this topic, and they say 1% of all of the people that report things to their credit use this method to report to their credit, and this is probably one of the best things to do. And what I'm talking about is rent reporting. Now, I learned about rent reporting when I stayed at this apartment. It was my previous apartment in downtown Detroit. I stayed at this apartment, and I used to pay my rent through an app. I used to pay my rent online through an app. And when I first signed up, it was like, would you like to report your rent payments to the credit bureaus? And I was like, yeah, I like to do that. And it started reporting my rent to the credit bureaus, right? So every time I was paying rent down there was like $650 at the time. Every time I was paying that $650 payment every month on time, my credit score was boosting up like 15, 14 points, 24 points, 30 points. Like, it was going up crazy because of the on-time payment history of such a large amount, like on time, for the amount of time I stayed there. I stayed there over a year. But this is what I do with every apartment I'm in now. Now I'm in a new apartment, and this apartment I get the rent reported, and this is a way to increase your credit score by 100 points, because there's a lot of people out there that are renting, like whether it's an apartment or a home, townhouse, condo, whatever. And all of those on-time payments, like, people pay their rent on time. That's one thing a lot of people pay on time is they rent. You know, some people, you know, they may pay it a little late, a little past the grace period. But on average, people pay their rent on time, right? So having a large rent payment, like, I know people rent payments is from like $600 to, you know, they could be as high as $2,400 depending on where you live. But these large payments, you know, never get reported to credit bureaus. They do not get reported to credit bureaus. You have to go through different services. And one of the services I use is called Isusu. It's spelled ESUSU. And Isusu rent. And it's $100, right? All you do is pay this company $100, and you provide them with all of your property manager's information. They then professionally contact your property manager to confirm that you live there and that you have paid rent on time. And then they go back as far as a year. So, like, say if you've been living in a place for 11 months and you just now hearing about this information, you can sign up, right, before the next rent payment, because I'm making this video, rent about to come up in like, 2 weeks. Rent about to come up again in about 2 weeks. So start now, and then you get your rent reported. You can start the service. It take about 4 weeks for it to appear on your credit, like for you to get the email, like, oh, you got a new credit line on your account, a new account open, and then it'll show all of the past payments, and it'll all be green as far as your payment history, and it'll also expand your payment history time. It'll make that account open from as far back as they can collect payments, right? So it go back a year, so it'll look like, even though you started this month in September, it'll look like you started in January if you got payment history all the way back then. That's how long the account will look open on your credit. That's how it will show on your credit report. And I'm just telling y'all from experience, because this is what I do to increase my credit score. It's a lot of people, man, a lot of people out there with cash flow, right? They get a lot of money in, they paying rent, you know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily have credit. Like, they can't get credit cards, they can't get shit in their name, they gotta co-sign things. And that's how I was. Like, when I first started to try to get a car, I couldn't even get it because my credit was bad. Then I had to get a cosign. Like, it was like all type of shit. So I'm like, nobody growing up, nobody taught me about credit. So I'm just sharing a little secret that I feel like even the most experienced credit people, they don't tell you to do this. They don't tell you that you are able to report your rent to the credit bureaus. And when you report your rent, it skyrockets your credit. Like, your credit score will go up 100 points in 6 months. I'm talking about less than a year. Like, if you do it now, like, this all happened. Like, my credit score went up 100 points in like 3 months of me just doing it. Like, of me just like going. First, I went to the credit union. You know, I took out like a secure loan with the credit union, and then I just put like I put like some thousands in the bank, just saving. So I'm just letting that loan. I'm not even touching the loan. I just got it to show up on my credit report. I got that. Then it's some fintech companies that I'm with, like Grain Credit. Grain Credit is like they give you a virtual credit like through the phone, man, and then you can deposit it within your bank account, but it shows up on your credit report, right? And then I use another fintech company called Grow Credit, right? And this is like for subscriptions. Like, everybody got like an Amazon subscription now. Everybody got like a PlayStation Plus or Hulu or Netflix subscription, right? And then it's the service called Grow Credit that allows you to, it gives you a virtual debit card, like a virtual Visa. I think it's a Visa or MasterCard. It gives you, and all you do is go within the payment settings on your subscription services, right? All your subscription services, and you use this virtual card to pay instead of like your actual money. And then the virtual card just pulls out of your bank account when it's time to pay that, and that shows up on your credit report. So it's like, it's just little ways that, you know, nobody sat me down, like my mother or my father. They never sat me down and was like, this is credit, this is how you use money, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit like I had to learn on my own, bro. And shout out to YouTube, man, because YouTube taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even like OGs, people I look up to. Like, I mean, my uncle now, like, he is telling me, you know, my uncle, he is telling me like credit would matter. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my uncle for that. You know, but other than him, you know, nobody really pointed me like in the right direction of financial literacy. So I just wanted to share some information with y'all. You know, I don't know what background y'all came from, you know, but I'm from Detroit, and here, you know what I'm saying, it's not really talked about as much, you know, saving money, investing money, growing credit, you know, it's not really talked about as much. So I just want to educate the people I can, whoever I could reach. But this is how I grew my credit score by 100 points, by simply reporting my rent. There's so many different services you could use. I'm going to have a detailed description, you know, of the services you could use to report your rent, and the different fintech services I was talking about that you could use, like for these subscriptions like Amazon and things, how to get that reported to the credit bureaus. And you could also use Grain Credit, another mobile fintech app that allows you to get virtual credit, and then you can deposit it into your account, and it'll report to your credit. So yeah, that's my video for today. I hope y'all learned some information. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, you know, stick around for more videos, because we got more videos coming for y'all. It's your boy Young World. I'm out. Peace.